Yeah, so I'm going to keep this pretty quick because I'd like to donate 5 minutes of my original 10 minutes to Tim Glotch, who's up next. But next slide, please. So this is the current league executive committee. Just take a look at that and make sure you're familiar with the members. We are here to be a community voice to help support what the community wants in all these things that NASA's doing. I do want to call attention to a couple different things. We do have a suggestion box, so if you scan that QR code, it goes to a little simple form, and when we get suggestions, we discuss them at the monthly executive committee meetings. And if you're interested in joining the executive committee, we do expect to have a few openings coming up this summer. One will be the technology chair. Jose Hurtado is wrapping up his third year, and so we'll be rolling off of that. And the other two are going to be new positions akin to what we have with the astrophysics community liaison. We also would like to open up positions for the heliophysics community and the BPS community as well. And so we will be announcing those this summer, and those terms would begin in late September, early October timeframe. Next slide. In terms of recent activities, you heard Sarah earlier mention the draft implementation plan. We provided extensive comments. Also have been having discussions with MePeg on Moon to Mars coordination and making sure that both groups are supporting community engagement in those activities. LSSW 22, Science Enabled from the Artemis Base Camp, was also mentioned. This is something the League co-convened to collect community inputs and help identify community white papers. The draft report of that is now in the hands of the executive committee, and we'll be making recommendations on those white papers next week. And so also in June, look for opportunities to participate in those white paper activities. We've also been providing community input to various NASA and NASAM organizations, including the PAC meeting and earlier this week's CAPS meeting, looking at the New Frontiers mission list. And as you'll hear from the following three talks, League's doing a lot of other things, including the Lunar Science Goal activity, the Lunar Sample Sat, along with XMAG, and then also working on efforts for the International Lunar Year. Next slide. Also want to remind folks that we do now have open community meetings most months. It's usually the second Tuesday at 4 p.m. The meeting invite and agenda are sent out about 1 to 2 weeks before each meeting. We've had a variety of topics so far. Starting November last year, we had Pesto come and talk about their technology roadmap. We then hosted the MePeg Tiger Team group in January. The Lexo concept came and spoke about their plans in February. In March, we actually had the League Town Hall at LPSC. In April, we had astrophysics from the moon perspective. And this last month, we collected community inputs on the New Frontiers target list discussion. So please do come attend those. It's a chance to engage with us and be briefed on things that we think the community should have inputs into. The next XCOM community meeting will actually be in July. We're taking June off for that. And so you can hear more about that in late June. Next slide. And then the final thing I want to mention is the dates for the League annual meeting. So go ahead and save the date. There should be an official email from LPI coming out on this today. But the dates are October 28th through 30th in the Gilruth Conference Center at NASA Johnson Space Center. So we're very excited to take the League show on the road for the first time in a while. We've been hosting them in DC, and very, very excited to be hosting it at JSC with all the really important things for Artemis and Moon to Mars and CLIPS and sample science that are going on there. Just in general, to keep in mind, submission abstracts will be collected. Submissions for those will open up in July and close in August, and we'll have the agenda available in mid-September. And I believe that's all I have, so I'll end it there.